So you got a minute for the Bible? You got a minute for the Bible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all praises.
Yeah.
All right. You know your nationality?
Yes.
What is it?
I am
Black
black, African American.
and African American?
Oh, I'm black, African American.
You're a black African American. Are you that color? You the color? So you can't be black. If you was black, you would blend it in with your pants. So you know, you're not African American either. Because those are two different names of white man. Leo Scipios Africanus and Americo Vespucci. That's where the term African American comes from. Bring it up.
Like a couple, Salakia. It's a couple of definitions to the word black. Marked by disaster or misfortune, without any moral quality or goodness, indicating censure, disgrace, or liability to punishment. So it's all wicked meanings, pretty much.
You don't want to be black.
It all has negative connotations. So black is the last thing that you want to be, or the last thing that you want to associate yourself with. So now we have an understanding that black is something you don't want to associate yourself with. What would your nationality be?
I don't know.
And I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of lost.
I'm lost too.
Go to Matthew 18 and 11. I'm kind of lost. But guess what? You know, we're going to show you something.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost.
Right. So the Son of Man is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. So he came to save them which is lost. Right? So we read the words that he told, it's like we're reading the words that he said. Right? So when we read the words he said, you know, we kind of find out who we are again. Right?
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
So we're going to tell you the truth of your nationality through the Spirit. Right? And it's going to make you free. Right? So go to Deuteronomy 28.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
Then what?
and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You know what a curse is?
I
Yeah.
kind of do, but
That's okay. You can take an educated guess. What you think it is?
a curse is like something you wish bad on somebody.
Yeah, you can say in a way. For lack of better terms, it's a dark cloud over your head. That's what a curse is. So you have a curse that's going to be put upon our people if they don't obey the Lord's commandments. And sure enough, that happened. Our people didn't want to hear the words of the Lord. So we're going to show you one of those curses. Go to verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
No matter where you go upon the face of this earth. All right, get 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt just means bondage or captivity or slavery. You can Google that.
With ships.
With ships. How did your ancestors get to America? With ships.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right, and our people haven't seen their homeland again. And as a result of not seeing your homeland, you kind of lose your ways. You know, you're going to dye your hair red. Right?
Hey, brother. We got cut that hair, brother.
And there you shall be sold of their enemies.
For what?
For buying men and buying women, and no man shall buy you.
There you have it. Now you can go to yours. If you have. Yeah, you might as well bring it out.
That's real life Halloween.
It's the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63.
So watch it.
Halloween version. Black Halloween version.
Man, you can't denounce this thing. You going off. Right? If you denounce his word, look, you basically putting your house to shame, right? You're saying all the things that he did was in vain. That's what you might as well be saying.
It's the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The spirits that I speak unto you, they are spirits, and they are truth, and they are life.
Right. It's life. All the things that Yahweh said, it's life is going to make you a living man. Right? Now go to yours.
This book of Colossians chapter 1 verse 14. In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins.
Right. But people say, look, man, forget the Bible. So they basically saying, Lord, you know, you died in vain. Because I ain't going to follow that. I ain't going to believe it. Right? That's a wicked man. Go on.
Who is the image of the invisible God.
Jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20, and having made peace through his blood of his cross by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven, and you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now have he reconciled. Yet now what? Now have reconciled in the body of his flesh through death to present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight.
Right, that's a humble man with a lot of charity. He had to do that, right? Yeah, he could have jumped off the cross. You know, he could have did a lot of things, right?
He could have called down a legion of angels,
Yeah.
devoured all the Romans.
Yeah.
Look, he could have got himself out of the situation, but on the higher spiritual level, you know, it all had to happen.
Yeah.
Israel to get drawn back to the Most High.
Go to Luke 4 and 20. Go to Luke 22 and 44.
Because what the Lord said, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Right.
Right, so the Most High was controlling Yahweh in that situation, man.
Yeah.
You know?
So all that had to play out for a reason.
Right.
So, you know, you got people that is wicked, and it was predestined to be wicked,
Yeah.
and they don't know it. So now it's just that's a bad lot, man. 22 and 44. Let's go into the purpose of Yahweh.
This book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 44. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was great drops of blood falling down.
It's like 24 and 44. That's what I wanted. Luke chapter 24, verse 44.
This book of Luke, chapter 24, verse 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in Psalms concerning me. Then I opened their understanding.
And that's why Yahweh was really on the scene in the New Testament, right? He had to fulfill a lot of things. That's really the only reason. He had to fulfill all the things that were written in the prophets. Everything from Genesis all the way down to Malachi. All had to be fulfilled, right? He's the word in flesh, right? It's all about him. Go on.
Verse 45. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures.
Right, and that goes into how the Most High and Yahweh, they can open up your understanding to perceive certain things, right? And how he can not only open your understanding to perceive and understand things, but also close it, right? So you got certain Jake that just can't understand stuff. Look, the Most High, he set it up like that for a reason. You know, certain Jake just not going to be able to ever understand the nationality, the law, statutes, commandments, that killing is a wicked thing, eating pork is a wicked thing. You know, they just can't understand, you know, the reasons why it's wicked.
Verse 46. And said unto them, thus it is written, and thus it behold, Christ will suffer, and to rise from the dead the third day, and that repentance and remission of sins should be preached in his name among all nations, beginning at Jerusalem.
And that's what we're doing now. We're telling Israel to repent. That's what you got to do, right? Yahweh gave himself a living sacrifice, right? Now you just got to repent. Brother, you got a minute? Okay. You know your nationality?
Drugs. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Afro-American citizen.
You gotta back up a little.
I'm an Afro-American citizen. But if you got 5 cents to loan me so I can do what I gotta do, and then,
What you gotta do?
huh?
What you gotta do?
I gotta keep youngins like y'all out of trouble.
And how are you doing that?
Keeping y'all youngins out of trouble.
Through what?
Being a retired Burger King worker.
Alright, Jake, go to Deuteronomy 28:28.
Give me a nickel, man. I need 5 pennies.
This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28.
Huh?
The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Kind of smitten right now, brother. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake right now. What I said?
Y'all ever heard of Temple of Truth?
You said what?
You ever heard of the Temple of Truth on it?
What's that?
It's a Baptist church.
Well, we don't deal with temples.
Tofet?
We don't deal with those temples and those false gods in there.
It's a Baptist church.
Well, we don't care.
You said Tofet?
Yeah, man.
I don't want nothing to do with that. That sounds like a false
You don't deal
god.
with Baptist people?
We don't deal with Baptists.
This the book I got.
Where is Baptists in the Bible?
What are y'all?
We're Israelites. What's your nationality?
I'm an Afro-American. I'm a Negro
That's a safe
citizen.
answer.
I'm a Negro citizen.
No,
in
you're more than
America.
that. You're more than that. You're an Israelite.
I'm a Negro citizen in America.
No, brother, you're an Israelite.
That's a Baptist that has the Baptist religion, man.
Where do your roots go back to?
Make sure you get it.
My roots go back to Philin Mac.
To what?
Street called Philin Mac.
That's not where your roots go back to. Your roots go back to Israel. They do. You just don't know.
My people, man. See, y'all don't know.
Hold on, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Do you believe in who the world calls Jesus Christ?
Huh?
Do you believe in who the world calls Jesus Christ?
Who the road?
The world calls him Jesus Christ, but his real name is Yahweh Shai. Do you believe in the Son of Man?
You talking about Jesus?
His real name is Yahweh Shai. Do you believe in him?
You talking about Jehovah?
Ah, you're a little scrambled.
Your mind kind of fried, brother.
No, that's
You're a little
what they
scrambled.
do in y'all
You're
time.
scrambled egg.
Alright, well, I'm
What you was about to say before we answer? What you was about to say? You about to say we gotta get over what?
Man, you gotta get over. It's time for us to get over what happened and do better.
Get over what?
You know what I'm saying? Alright,
Hold
you
on,
had
hold
a
on,
black
hold on.
president and everything.
Look, it's time to get over what? Slavery? You mean get over slavery?
Y'all Israelites. What you say, Israelites?
Yeah, we're Israelites. You
What
too.
made you?
Oh, hold on. Get over slavery? Is that what you meant?
No,
Get over what then?
we've been going through apartheid ever since the Romans took over motherfucking Africa.
And why is that?
That called what's his name? Ramsey.
You scrambled eggs right now. You turned into an omelet.
Ramsey fucked
The
up.
book of Deuteronomy. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. You hear that, brother?
Right, he's not remembering the days of old. Right? He doesn't consider his forefathers. Right? You an Israelite, brother.
I came up from that thing there.
Alright, brother. Alright. Go back to your precept. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not doing it. You gotta keep it along. You know, you can come up here next week if you're not, intoxicated on whatever.
Alright, I'll put it to you like this. The things that I learned. My oldest child is older than any one. He's probably old enough to be y'all daddy. And my youngest child is probably old enough to be y'all father. But they didn't instill what I was taught. And y'all just, man, ain't no point. Go get a job, man. Do any of y'all work anywhere?
Yes, we're working right now. We're literally working. Literally, we're working right now.
Go to school, go get a job.
Man, you teaching that wine. You regurgitating that wine on us, man.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
You are.
not. And
You're talking about go to school like it's the answer to life. Is that the answer to life?
School is not the answer to life.
So what's the answer? The Bible.
The answer to life
Is what?
alright, you're gonna have all
Ah,
kinds of tribulations.
Read yours.
Things that's gonna try to bring you
This is
down.
the book of Sirach,
But it's only
chapter
you.
4, verse 10. He has a father unto the fatherless, and said of a husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth. Wisdom exalted her children, and laid hold of them that seek her.
Right, if you don't seek him, look man, wisdom not going to dwell with you. Right? You remember wisdom is personified as a woman. So that woman is rejecting you right now, right? Especially if you reject her. Now you single, right? You know? Now you can't lay down with wisdom every night. Now you a lonely man, right? When you lonely, you tend to do stuff that you shouldn't be doing, right? You end up Googling stuff, right? Googling stuff you shouldn't be Googling. Next thing you know, you sweating with your pants down, scratching the back of your head, talking about how did I get here?
Next thing you know, you've been watching the webcam.
Yeah.
You going, look, man.
Or you selling yourself.
They getting some weird stuff, man.
Yeah. So you know you're not supposed to be lonely, right? Wisdom is always going to be here for you, but will you be here for her? All right. You gonna make time out your day to be there for wisdom, and you know learn of her. You know, go to Wisdom of Solomon 10 again. You're scratching your pants and you ruined all your socks from Googling and you know. Man, that's Jake, man. That's Jake for you. But we gotta say because Jake can do it, man. Jake can do it. You know? Not a whole room undefiled and or defiled somebody.
That's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 1. She preserves the firstborn fathers of the world.
Y'all brothers got a minute? Y'all young brothers got a minute for the Bible? 1 minute. 1 minute for the Bible? 15. Y'all brothers got a minute for the Bible?
All praise.
All praises, all praises. Y'all know y'all national. Well, first and foremost, what's your name? James? Jeremiah, okay. 2 biblical names. Y'all believe in the Bible? Yeah. I come closer. I can't really hear you. We're not gonna bite. We're not gonna fight you. So y'all believe in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna show you something about the Bible. Y'all go to church? Okay. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses are going to come upon them if they don't keep the commandments. Alright, does that make sense so far? This is Moses speaking to the Israelites. He said, if you're not going to do what the Lord say, or it's like if you're not going to do what the Lord told you to do, then you're going to have a whole bunch of curses upon you. You know what a curse is? What is it?
It's like bad luck.
Huh?
It's like bad luck.
Bad luck. What you say?
Bad things happen.
Huh?
Bad things happen.
Okay. Bad things happen. Yeah, we agree with that to an extent. We're going to elaborate and show you an actual curse out the Bible. Go to verse 37.
Verse 37.
What's your nationality? Huh?
I don't know what that is.
Like your ethnicity. Your ethnicity.
Nationality. Race.
Oh, black. Oh, I'm black and I'm Indian.
What's your father?
Like, what is he?
Yeah,
Like
his race.
Oh, he black.
Okay. What about you?
African American.
African American? Do you consider yourself as the same people?
Yeah.
And why y'all give me 2 different races? If y'all the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, look, man, we're gonna show you something. Go to Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah 14 and 7. Okay, bear with us, brother. Sharpen the sword.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 7. Oh, Lord.
17 and 9. 17 and 4.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
This is another curse out the Bible. You're going to discontinue from your heritage. We're going to show you what your heritage is. In Sirach chapter 17, verse 11. Whoever got it.
Get out.
Sirach chapter 17, verse 11.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So the law of life is for our heritage. That's our heritage, right? And the law of life, it shows us who we are, right? I'm going to show you, right? I'm going to go back to Jeremiah 17.
This the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
You're going to discontinue from your heritage, right? So that's happening now, right? Y'all gave me two different answers for your nationality, right? That's a big problem, right? So go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Read that one more time.
This the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So we read one of the curses. You're going to be disconnected from your heritage, right? And if you're disconnected from your heritage, you're not going to know how to carry yourself. You know, you're not going to know how to think right, right? We're going to show you another curse. Go to verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage. It's like,
Oh,
go with the other scripture.
That was good. Deuteronomy 28 30.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
Thou shalt become what?
Astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
You're going to become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. And an example of that is black and African American. Those are two different proverbs and bywords, right? Why? Because black is just a color. You're more than a color. And African American, that's named after two different white men, right? Leo Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. You don't want to call yourself after a white man, do y'all? You know, I'm sure you already got white man's last names, right? So the last thing you want to give yourself is, yeah, white man's nationality.
Verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Why?
For they shall go into captivity.
Right.
You know which people in history, sons and daughters went into captivity? Or slavery? African Americans, right?
Go to verse, go to 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
And hungry. Where do y'all go when y'all hungry? The house. What type of food did y'all eat?
Salad.
Where does the ingredients come from?
At store?
Store, right? And the stores own the animals, and who owns the stores?
White people.
Who?
White people.
I can hear you.
White people.
White people, right? They own everything,
I'll say.
right? You said it yourself.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. So when you hungry, you're gonna go to Captain G's. You might want a sandwich, as you said. You might go to Kroger's to get the ingredients to make the sandwich, which is owned by a Jewish man, a white man. And even when you're thirsty, your Dasani, your Sprite, your Pepsi, your Coca-Cola, your Starbucks, your Dasani, your Fago, you gotta go to the so-called white man, right? Go on.
And the nakedness.
And then nakedness, meaning if you're naked and you need clothing, you gotta go to the so-called white man. You want your Nike, your Apostle, you know, your Gucci, your Versace. You know, you gotta go to the so-called white man, right? Your Nautica, you gotta go to them. You have to, right? You don't go to your own people. All right, go on.
And the what of all things.
You want as an example, you want a car, you gotta go to the so-called white man. They have all the dealerships. You want a license, you gotta go to Secretary of State. You want to know information about your birth certificate, you gotta go to the so-called white man. All right? Everything we want, we have to go to the so-called white man. And doesn't that suck? That don't sound right. Right? You want to drive a boat, you gotta go to the so-called white man. You want to drive a plane, go to the so-called white man. You want to be a carpenter, you gotta go to the so-called white man to get the education. You want to go to another country, you better go to that white man. You know? You want some beer? You gotta go to the white man. Go to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again,
Now look, that's our bus. Alright, somebody give him the literature. Oh man. Now it's the email on there. We encourage y'all to email us. What's your real nationality? You'll be an Israelite. You'll be an Israelite. You know? They stopped on there. So you know Israel's waking up, right? You know, Lord willing, there'll be some lively stones. Right? We need more stones to fit into the temple.
It was hard to them, man.
They understood what was up. Yeah. So Lord willing, you know, they'll check out the YouTube channel.
Hey, Jake, respectfully, yes, sir.
Yeah. He said that. I didn't notice that. So, you know, look, man. Their parents raised them up kind of decently, right? You know?
Some of these Jakes.
Yeah, I was about to say, yep, that's the spirit, yeah, man. What now? What you about to show me that I don't know? Come on, man.
Show me something new. All that, man. I know that.
You don't gotta tell me again. You don't gotta tell me again.
Jake said I knew that before you. He said I knew that. Yeah, he was going on. He said
34.
What he say? He said I knew that when y'all was in Christianity.
Come on, man. Come on. If you know, just keep your mouth closed. You don't gotta. Just be humble. Yeah.
Ezra 14:32. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so, be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
Right. You gotta subdue your own understanding. Alright? That's the only way you can acquire more wisdom and knowledge. If you don't subdue and humble yourself down, you're not making room for wisdom. Alright? Then you're gonna be caught out there. Alright? Go to Revelation 16 and 15. Alright, you don't want to be caught out there. You gotta always make sure you got your garments on. You know, you got the, you call it naked. Alright? You naked and ashamed. Or not ashamed. Alright? Hey, brother, you got a minute for the Bible? Brother in the blue, you got a minute for the Bible? You got a minute for the Bible? A minute for the Bible. Okay, all praise. I like the way he said. All praise. Let's turn our attentions to the brother. Okay, well, come around the other way. Good to you? All praises, all praises. All praises. So we are here letting our people know their nationality.
Okay.
Alright? You might know yours by any chance, according to the Bible.
No, I just know I'm black.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing before we start. You know, you're more than a color. That's what we got to tell our people, because we're not that color. You know, they called us black in slavery in the 1950s and 40s and 30s and the 20s. So that's a derogatory term. So we're going to show you something. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
And then what?
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Alright, so if we don't, as a people, don't keep the commandments of the Heavenly Father, the true living God, then all these curses are going to come upon us. You familiar if the curse is a positive thing or a negative thing?
Well, curses could be a negative thing.
Absolutely. We're going to show you one of these curses.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah? It's straight out the Bible. This one curse.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Meaning no matter where you go upon the face of this earth, everybody's going to look at you funny. And when they look at you funny, they're going to tend to call you different names, right? Outside your nationality. One of those names, for example, is black. You know? That's what so-called white people call us. They call us black. You go to Asia, they'll call you another byword. You go to India, they'll call you, or Africa, they'll call you a kata. So no matter where we go upon the face of the earth, we have a byword ready for us. Right? And that's a curse out the Bible. Go to another curse.
47. Okay. Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, with an abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
Alright, so when you hungry, you go into the store, right? Owned by who? Arabs and the so-called white people.
Right.
They own everything. I'd be damned if I wake up and go to the store that's owned by my own people. I'm not going to find a Nike store owned by a so-called black man. There's no
We
black.
gotta want it though. We gotta want it. We have our nation, as our ancestors and blacks, we gotta want what they're getting. We can get the same thing, but we gotta come together to do it. And a lot of them don't want to come together.
Well, we got to come together for another reason first. We got to come together and wake up who we are. Because, you know, we can constantly go to them and, you know, try to get what they get, but things are spiritual. And when things are spiritual, you know, it's more expedient things that we have to come to. I'm going to show you. Go to 47 one more time.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
And hunger. You go to the store, you gotta go to the so-called white man.
And in thirst.
And in thirst, you want your Dasani, your Sprite, your Pepsi, your champagne, you know, your E&J, you know, your types of wine. You know, you gotta go to the so-called white man. Or the Arab man, really, too. And the Chinese man. And the African. And the East Indian.
And in nakedness.
And the nakedness. You want some clothes? You gotta go to the so-called white man. You gotta go to the Nike store, Aeropostale. You gotta go to a lot of these different places that we don't own. That's a big problem.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. Alright? You want a driver's license, you gotta go to so-called white man. You want your glasses, you gotta go to Glass House. Or whatever they call it. Eyeglass.
Not even gonna be nobody. They're I like this. I
So we
really
don't know
like
who
the
you
way
are.
y'all doing this. Okay?
All praises.
Y'all doing.
You got one more. Two more words. Two more.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until you have destroyed thee.
Right? The actual yoke of iron, go on. Mentally and physically, go on.
And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
He's going to bring a nation against you from far, go on.
From the end of the earth.
Right?
As swift as an eagle flying.
Right now, we're ruling before America. We was in Africa, right? West Coast of Africa. All right, so go to verse 68. This is the last one. We're going to nail it in our coffee. Nail it in our coffee.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. He said you're going to go back into Egypt again. Mind you, they already left Egypt, right? So, but there's no other scriptures where they went back into Egypt. So is Moses lying? He's talking about a prophecy. We're going to show you. We're going to show you talking about Egypt. Go to Exodus 20 and 2. Alright?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is the house of bondage, captivity, slavery. So that's what that definition means, or that's what the definition of Egypt means. So we're going to apply it back to this verse.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
We now know it means house of bondage, or captivity, or slavery all over again.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did your ancestors get to America? Ships.
Right. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right, they got on that ship, they went to another destination, and they never seen their homeland again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
What?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Exes.
And for bondmen and bondwomen.
Your best friend.
For bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you.
So, once we got off those boots, we sold it to our enemies. Man, who does this sound like?
Oh, we being told we dealing with right now.
Yeah.
President Trump.
So who is Moses speaking to?
He's speaking to the people.
Which people?
He's speaking to us.
Yeah. And what's our
We living in
nationality?
bondage right now, bro.
And what's our
We
nationality?
living in bondage right now. We living in bondage right now.
Moses speaking to the Israelites.
Right. Well, we the Israelites of America.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
We the Israelites of America right now. And I'm gonna tell you something. Right now, we are living in bondage. We are living in bondage.
We're living in what?
In bondage right now.
All right.
So we got to break that bondage.
So how do we break it?
It starts with us. It starts with us, bro. We got to go though. We got some stuff to do. But I appreciate y'all. I've been seeing y'all up here. Oh yeah. I've been coming up here. I've been seeing y'all. Yes sir, my young brother. Okay, young brother. Yes sir. Yes sir. I appreciate
That's
this.
a powerful.
We got breakdowns of that on this YouTube
Oh,
channel.
yeah?
We got breakdowns of Revelation.
Trying to shake your hand.
Yeah.
God bless y'all. It's okay.
She pulled up. All praise.
Hey,
Yeah.
pull it up.
All right, you keep doing it. I like this. Positive. Y'all keep it moving.
She just asked, oh, what you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, that's if they start making face, I don't know what it is.
She actually stopped.
Wisdom song. It's like a song.
I ain't never seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We done told people to do it. They never asked.
Yeah.
They come talk to us, sister.
She said she knew.
Oh, right.
Since you know a little bit about what's going on.
Pull up with it.
Just a little bit.
Oh, great.
So you know you're not.
Only read the Old Testament, right?
Nope. You read the New Testament
The
too.
New Testament only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go to
appreciate it.
Acts 24:14.
Yes, appreciate it.
Psalm 47. Let me get this real quick.
So we can get that Hebrew.
Where y'all order y'all shirts from?
Etsy.com. That's where I got mine.
Amazon.
Or you can go to
So my
Joanne
cousin
Fabric.
ordered his shirts, but I don't know where he get them.
Here go to the answer to your question, whether we be updating or it's just an audio.
You already
And I
got
just
Psalm
learned a
40.
little bit. My cousin only read the
That's
whole
what I
thing.
had.
This
No, I
book of
had-
Acts, chapter 24, verse 14.
Yeah, Hebrew.
But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the God of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets.
So the same way Paul believed everything that was written in the law of the prophets, we got to follow him and do the same. So we got to believe everything that was written in the law of the prophets, including the New Testament.
The book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
So Christ, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but we know him as Yahweh Shai, he comes in a volume of the book. He's written all in the Old Testament and the New Testament, damn near every book. So we got to believe in the whole word.
This whole road.
So you know your nationality? Alright, I'm going to show you some. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Start at verse 15.
Bring it up.
Exodus 20 and 2 or whatever.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You know if a curse is a positive thing or a negative thing?
It should be. I thought it was negative, but
Yeah, it's a negative thing. So he said, if you don't keep the commandments, then the curse shall come upon you. Right? Now we're going to show you one of those curses. Go to verse 37. Let's go to a different curse. Go to verse 54.
Verse 54, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which he shall stay in comfort.
Which he shall lead.
Stay and raise them up.
Which he shall lead.
Teach them the Bible.
Which he shall lead.
Who's known for leaving their children? What people on earth is known for leaving their children? Yeah. Yep. Huh?
say the Bible.
Well, which nation? Which race?
So the black people.
So-called black people, right? So go to verse 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Right. Now that's touching on your so-called black on black crimes. Right? Because we have an evil eye towards each other. We have ill intentions towards each other. That's very evident. Right? And it's known even through statistics, we have the highest crime rates in the hoods and the ghettos, even in the suburbs. So that's an evil eye towards your brother. And towards who?
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So even toward his wife. So we're also known for having the highest rate of domestic violence, all in the neighborhoods. So this is a curse. I'm going to show you another curse. Go to verse 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Where do you go when you're hungry? grocery store? Who owns those grocery stores? Huh?
I don't know, white people. I don't know.
White people.
Yeah.
You said white people first for a reason, because you know
They own mostly everything.
they own mostly everything.
And the thirst.
And then thirst. You want your Dasani, your Sprite, your Pepsi, your liquor, your hard liquor, your Jim Beam, your vodka. You gotta go to the so-called white man, or the Arab man, or the Chinese man, or the East Indian, you know, or the African.
And the nakedness.
And then nakedness. I mean, you want some clothing, you want to look nice, you gotta go to the so-called white man. You know, you gotta go to Hollister, you gotta go to North Face, you gotta go to wherever. You gotta go to Converse store, the Vans store, the Nike store, the Adidas store, the Under Armour store. You have to go to them, right? When you go into malls, you're giving all your money to the white man. Alright, so they own everything, cool?
And they want all things.
And one of all things. You want your driver's license? Don't you have to go to the state to do all of that? Right? You want to drive a boat, you gotta go to them. You know? If you want to make it big, which you shouldn't, but an example, if people want to make it big in the art, in the music industry, they gotta go to the so-called white man. You see, owns all the music labels. Right? You shouldn't want to do that, but that's just an example.
But that's just what we got to do, right? Like,
No, you don't gotta do that. No, you don't
how
gotta.
would I get